Welcome back to another episode of the Switch Survival Guide. Yes, you are in the right place, only instead of being on Ark, where I spend a lot of my time, we are going to be on the internet, where I spend most of the rest of my time. I am actually a professional web designer and internet marketer. If you ever need a website, seriously, let me know. I make very good websites, and we actually communicate very well, too. But today, I am going to be showing you one of the most helpful websites that you will ever find on Ark. This is the Ark Wiki, and I'm also going to show you exactly where to find any dinosaur on the island that you're looking for. I've had a lot of users ask me, where do I find this particular dinosaur? And you can spend literally hours, dozens of hours looking for a dinosaur and just wasting that time if you don't know exactly where to find them. So I'm going to show you exactly where to find any dino that you're looking for. So here's an example. If I go up to the top of this map, we are on the spawn map on ark.gamepedia.com, and I'll give you links in the description. If we go up to the top and we hit select a creature, we can look at any dinosaur that we want to find. We just have to select it and it will display where it can spawn on the map. So let me give you a quick example. If I'm looking for a Carnotaur, it's going to show all of this information for all these different places a Carno can spawn. As you can see, they're found all over the map. But any place that is red, it's very rare, but they can appear there. So the game spawns them only occasionally. Anywhere that's green, it's very common they'll appear there, and the game spawns them quite often. So if you're looking for a Carnotaur, head to the green areas to find out where they're going to be. And it's not guaranteed they'll be there, but it's a pretty good chance. I'm personally looking for a beaver in the next episode, and that is going to be a game changer. So I'm going to try really hard to find a beaver. And I'm going to click on Castorides right here, which is the scientific name for these giant beavers in this game. And that's going to show all the places beavers can spawn. Now, as you can see, there are actually very few places you can find a beaver, but they're found reasonably commonly in each of these places. So the green means they're pretty common, and anywhere in this square, a beaver can appear, and this game will actually spawn them reasonably often. But let's say the game spawns a beaver here. That beaver may wander all the way down the coast, so he may actually be down here. If we check here, he may actually be around here, so definitely check the entire area if you find, where you're looking for a dinosaur. He also may get eaten by a predator, so he may not be here at all. He may have died, and he may be awaiting respawn sometime in the later future. So it's hard to tell what's going to happen there, but this is going to give you a general idea where that dinosaur might appear. And if you're not looking around this square, you are literally never going to find a dinosaur like that because beavers won't spawn anywhere else in the map. Now, a couple episodes ago, I showed you how to mark your map with specific coordinates. Check that out if you haven't watched that episode. But if I look here and I mouse over this square, it shows me the actual latitude and longitude coordinates for where these beavers are going to spawn. So if I go on my map and I place a pin at about 72 latitude and 43 longitude, and then I mark it beavers, then if I'm walking around my map, I know that that's where I need to look. And from the game, I can actually have that marked. There's also a spot right here, right on the coast, that's not too far away. So I'm also probably going to mark 82 and 59 on my map. And that way, if I travel here and I don't find any beavers, I can pop back over here and see if there's any in this area. So once again, this is a general guide for where to look for beavers. They won't necessarily be there, but it'll give you the best chance of finding something. And if they're not there, come back later and they very well may have spawned one, especially if it's in a green area. So my base is actually right here. And after I mark this, I'm going to hop on my mobile taming pen, which I showed you how to make a couple episodes ago. And I'm going to sail around this coast and then check out this area and look for beavers. So that's basically the most important thing for when you're searching for a specific dinosaur. Now, I can also mark other locations on the map. So let's say I really wanted to build a treehouse in the redwoods. I can look over here and find the coordinates just by mousing around, which is very helpful. Pretty soon, I am going to be sailing to South Haven, which is an amazing island. This is also known as Herbivore Island because there are no major predators that spawn here. So if I head over here, I'm not going to run into Carnotaurs, T-Rexes, any of that stuff. So once you hit level 16, you can make a raft, and you can probably make this journey across the ocean to get to this island. But if you mark your map at 8585, this is a great place to just build and get materials because you won't be bothered. And it's also got the only safe metal nodes on the top of these mountains here. There's not going to be any predators to fight, which is great. So we'll be heading there probably right after we tame the beaver. So that's the basics on how to find dinosaurs. Now, let's say you want to find a beaver, but you don't know the scientific name for it. Ark Wiki is really good at actually displaying that for you. So on the top right, I just went to the home page here. On the top right, I've got a search bar, and I'm just going to search beaver. So there you go. I hit beaver, type that in, and boom, I have an entry for the beaver. Now it's going to show me the actual scientific name here and the pronunciation, which is very helpful, so especially if you have a YouTube channel. So it gives you all kinds of information about this beaver, but one of the most important things you can check out if you don't know a dinosaur, you can see its temperament. This is going to tell if it's going to kill you, if it's aggressive, or if it's friendly, it's just going to leave you alone. If you're using cheat codes, you can actually expand the spawn command here. And this is the cheat code which will actually summon a beaver that you can use. I only use cheat codes myself if there is a serious game glitch, like say I spawn in and my dinosaur has just been deleted somehow, which actually one of my users said that happened to them. I don't see anything wrong with, just spawning it back in if the game just obviously glitched it out or something, So things like that I kind of see as just part of enjoying the game. But that's just my own personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm curious to see some discussion on that. But a really important thing you can check is the equipment. Now, any dinosaur that you want to tame, you're probably going to want to ride. And as you can see here, you can only ride a beaver if you can make its saddle, and you can only make its saddle at level 61. So if I tame a beaver right now, I cannot ride it until I'm in my 60s, which is pretty high level. But a beaver is a very unique dinosaur that can actually gather wood when you're not riding it. If you set it on wander, it'll gather wood by itself, which is great. And that's why it's so helpful and important to get one. So I'll teach you all about that after I tame it. But you can also see the taming method is knockout, which is very helpful to know. There is a ton of information here, but if you're not real familiar with the dinosaur, right here where it says utility is very helpful. It will teach you all the different roles of that dinosaur, and every single creature in the game has at least some use, even if it's not super useful, except Troodons. Troodons are the worst thing in the world and they should not exist. Just saying. But everything is pretty useful. And you can get a lot of good information here. Now, just so you know, the reason I want a beaver is because it gets so much wood. And if you look down here, you can actually see its resource gathering efficiency. Now, 5-star is amazing. It's going to gather, I don't know, like 5-10 times as much wood as I could possibly gather on my own. And beaver is one of the best creatures for gathering wood in the entire game. Therizinosaurs are also pretty great, but I definitely want to get a beaver here. Therizinosaurs are no joke. Don't tame one unless you really know what you're doing. He can also gather berries, but only once he has a saddle. He will only gather wood on passive. So that's the main reason I want to get this. But he's also got a cool little feature where he reduces the weight of resources for fiber, stone, thatch, and wood. So you can level up a little bit of weight if you want to use it for transport, and you can carry twice as much materials on a beaver. So that's another cool thing about it. They're also great swimmers, and if you make their saddle at level 61, it actually acts as a mobile smithy. So you can build stuff right on your beaver, which is pretty cool. But feel free to check out this page. This has got all kinds of good information about pretty much any dinosaur. It also shows the general regions where it spawns on different maps, even maps that you probably don't have yet on Switch, which is pretty cool. So definitely check that out. I don't like this spawn map as much as the main spawn map just because it doesn't give you as good information as far as the colors and rarity and stuff. So that's the basics of using the Ark Wiki. You can search for just about anything you can think of and find a lot of good information. But also feel free to drop a comment if you have any questions in this channel, because I love answering your questions. I can probably give you a full-on guide if it's a good question, which is actually where this guide came from. Somebody asked me a question about this. Actually, a lot of people have asked where to find specific dinosaurs. So I wanted to give you a good resource on how to find them yourself, which is great. So I really hope this guide was helpful and showed you exactly where to find what you're looking for. And please, drop any comments in the comments section if you have any additional questions. I will try to get them as quickly as possible. And if it's a good question, it might turn into a great guide like this one. So thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Your support means so much to me because I am still a very new channel. So we will see you next time, where we are going to finally head up and try to tame a beaver. Thanks so much for watching this video from the Ark Survival Guide. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful, please like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can bring you more great guides like this one. Ark is an amazing game, but there is so much to learn before you can really enjoy it. We are dedicated to bringing you high-quality guides, tutorials, and Let's Play videos that are fun, helpful, clean, and suitable for the entire family. There's a tutorial in this series for everything we have done so far in this video. Check out these playlists for more episodes from this series and other guides to help you enjoy your journey on Ark.